And a 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, up, up. Up, 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 up. Okay, I think this setting is good. Yeah, this one should be good. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3, 4, 5. Ba, ba. So I just adjusted my microphone in Windows and wanted to make sure that the gain was still okay and all that. You know, as you do. I recently went shopping and got a giant Eevee mug. And it can hold a lot of water. And keep it cold. So I'm drinking out of that for today. And probably going forward too. Oh, let me go ahead and save what I'm doing and we'll get switched over. Bada bing, bada boom. Gotta close these options. I didn't realize how much stuff I had installed on my computer until just now. That's a lot of icons. Okay, okay. That is the wrong game. That is the right one. Boop. So we left. Blah, blah, blah. We last left off on a satellite dish and a solar station. I'm interested in the solar station, but we'll do that after the satellite dish. Hey Maya, I am doing good. How are you doing, Doc? Apparently, is it I like here? Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. I'm currently drinking water out of a giant Eevee mug. So that's fun. I haven't had dinner though. I'll have that later. So I guess I get the Vista Pro with everything. That's helpful. How you doing, Doc? I'm a friend of Kel's. He gave me your deeds. Says you do a great job. I've been asked on behalf of my client to get a power washer down to the county observatory to help clean up. It had a quiet reopening a few months back, but it looks like whoever it is that put up the cash ain't too happy about the results they've been getting. Hence, getting you in. And don't ask me who it is or what's going on. I have no clue. I'm just a caretaker. I just work here. What kind of a name is Depot Chubb? Oh, we're cleaning the satellite dish, so I guess you've heard a lot of theories behind all the mad stuff that's happening right now. I don't know, have I? Seriously, it feels like whoever I talk to, I'm only getting, I'm only ever 3 go-ons away from hearing something completely insane. Hi, Microsoft Teams. How you doing? Okay, hold on. What do the people from Teams want to know? They're literally talking about Taco Bell. I don't care. You can go taco yourself out. Got him. Hold on, the charms bar is still there. There we go. You ever just sit there and people are like, let's talk about Taco Bell, and you're like, no. And then they're like, yes. And then you end up talking about Taco Bell. That is work. Well, Maya, it looks like your dinner is safe because, unlike last stream, we don't have OSHA violating food trucks, so. Or is it FDA? Wait, who in Britain maintains the standards for food safety? To make sure your eggs don't have like salmonella and E. coli and stuff. There's gotta be some agency that's like responsible for that, right? Ah, perfect, rust. Just what I wanted to see on my door. Arguably one of the hardest things to get out. Actually, the minerals are harder. I sure hope we don't run into that again. Uh, oh, hi, literally Spider-Man. Are you literally Spider-Man or are you Peter Parker? Also, I cannot run past the deer sign. Whose car is this? Why is there a random RV here? Okay, well, my ladder apparently doesn't exist, so we're just gonna use this now. Get it with my ESP powers. And I get the top here. Yay! Okay. Let's get the roof, and then I'll figure out why I can't get this wall. So it's mostly just grime and sand. I like to think that it's bacon grease that someone threw on the roof, like a Walter White. But without pizza, it's bacon grease. And then I put sand on top. Or a Darude sandstorm just came through and started dubstepping all over the roof. Either works. Gosh darn it. Oh, wait, the sides. Okay, I know why it's still all dirty. Now, what about this wall? Oh, I forgot about this part. Lol. I think we got them all. Now onto the giant uh satellite dish? I think this is a satellite dish. It's weird that you encounter the desert later in the game because it seems like sand is one of the easiest things to blast off. Oh. I got confused for a second. I could have sworn I started seeing the rust on the concrete, and I'm like, how the heck does that happen? Well, this is going pretty smoothly. So I'm going to go ahead and dance around this entire base while I take a sip of water. If I don't stay hydrated, Maya's going to yell at me. So this is the ramp that goes up. Let's go ahead and explore this a little bit. I'm curious. So we've got the tower panel vent thing. Someone was up here doing some work on this tower. Did someone die here? Why is there a handprint? Hold on, can I get up here? Okay, we can. Okay, that's good. And now to prove that I'm invincible. Cue the theme song. I guess we'll aim for the lower wall, and then we'll get the rest of like the general base area, and then the upper wall. Or just something to that effect. Can I balance on the railing? Oh my gosh, I can. Okay then. Okay, we can't. Bump, bump. Oh, okay. Thank you. And have a good sleep, Azza. Have a good sleep as of now. But, tis. Ah, did it funny. Oh, yeah. Well, a great and a good time is a little repetitive? There's another word for it. It's a little redundant, but I know what you mean. And I'll have a good, a great, and a wonderful time. No, you. Screw it, we mama now. So there's a sticker that I have that's like, screw it, we bow bow. And that was the reference. Have a good sleep, okay? No bad sleep, all good sleep. If you have a bad sleep, I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna bonk you. And then you're gonna have a good sleep because you'll be passed out cold. I like my little arguments. Because they always work. Eat healthy, sleep well, stay hydrated. All good arguments. Oh, jeez. Okay, then. I guess we're gonna clean this whole ramp thing. This is tall. Thank you for telling me. For a second, I thought you said the game is not hard, and then I realized you said herd. Yeah, sometimes I'll be doing something before stream, and I'll have to mute it so that it's not heard. Like I'll be wrapping up another game. So I'm closing it out. And then I don't remember to unmute. And then here we are. To be fair, all you're missing is just the sound of water. Shoo! Like that. But thank you for telling me. And now I know. And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. My eyebrow itches. Alright, go to sleep, you goober. Before I make you. Rawr. Speaking of rawr, if you're watching and you have a favorite dinosaur, go ahead and let me know. I can always go first in that regard, though. Because my favorite dinosaur is the Parasaurolophus. And you might be thinking, well, why is this very specific one that I've probably never heard of before? Well, if you look up Google images for the Parasaurolophus, they look really, really dorky and really cute, and I love them. I'd also ride one in a battle. For example, we've got this Sparky in to do the rewiring Gary electrician. I learned that today. Should be a stand-up guy, right? I mean, he's rewiring an incredibly complex piece of equipment. But it turns out Gary is just a snail, owned by a sentient sponge. If there's one person you'd expect to hear sense from, it's him. He looks up at the sky and says, "Weird weather we're having, huh?" And I nod and say, "Go on, Gary." Okay, was there more to that story, or are we just stopping at Gary is saying weird weather? Alright, I guess we're stopping there. Cool talk. I guess it's now socially awkward to talk about the weather. What, did he expect Gary to start talking about, like, electrician stuff? Like, ew, look at this, I got an AC adapter for an L5-20P plug, and it's, and I'm going to remodel this 120-volt circuit to be 240. And other electrician stuff. I redid the wiring in a dryer so we can have a fridge that cools things down in half the time. To be fair, I don't know what electricians talk about. How many best practices in different industries do you think people follow at work, but not at home? I was just thinking about that. Hello, Chad. Chadicus of the Scythius Lordus. I'm pretty good. Apparently, I'm a little hungry, but overall, pretty good. How about you? Art thou doingeth okayeth? Art thou healthy? Why am I talking like a medieval knight or something? There was already a golf course where they were talking like that. That would have been the perfect time to medieval it up in here. My day was pretty uneventful. I did stuff. I don't remember how much of it was productive, but I did stuff. And then I took a nap at some point. That was nice. So because I took a nap, I had a good day. Always the small things in your day that can make it good. Okay, my mouse just apparently glitched out. Sure. But yeah, like I'm saying, it's possible to have a lot of good days if you take the small victories in life and you make the most of them. That's how I operate, and I don't know, it seems to work for me. It just registered that we had to deal with birds again. What kind of birds would be in the desert besides vultures? And I'm pretty sure vultures don't sound like that. But then again, I have never seen a vulture, so... like in person. Or heard one for that matter. You know, now that I think about it, a vulture sound effect would be pretty interesting to have on the channel. Also, I noticed Twitch updated their little thingamajig, and now you can do some stuff on Twitch that was previously only available to affiliates, which I somehow have not hit yet. So I might check that out and try to get on it. I don't know if emotes have been unlocked, or if I can customize the page a little bit more. I'll have to check it out when I get a moment. It has been a busy week, though. I still have to get my tires rotated. On my car. So that's this week's little project, is to get that done. I could do it myself, but the dealership said they'll do it for free, so I'm just like, okay. So I'll go in, I'll phantom text some of their coffee, and then I will have them done. And then I'll walk out. And then my rotated tires will start rotating again. Now that I think about it, though, I am getting a little bit hungry. Just a little bit. But it's one of those weird hungers where it's like, oh, stomach go growl. But what do I want to have to eat? What does my body truly crave? Honestly, kind of in the mood for yakisoba. Oh, it's called a trim. Okay. I wasn't sure if that was like a pipe for like water or something. I was gonna call myself the pipe cleaner. The all-powerful pipe cleaner. Me. Given a character is in like a hazmat suit of some sort, I almost want to call them the giant rubber. But that also doesn't sound right, so... You know what? Let's go around the trim. We'll take care of the ladder on the way up. I took a nap earlier, but I'm still a little bit sleepy. I wonder why. Honestly, it could be a caffeine crash, or it could just be like exhaustion from the day. But that just means I'm gonna sleep really well tonight. Just grime and sand. And some rust. You know what? I want to get the, I want to go side to side on that same, like, nozzle. Like, sweeping like this. But I'm going to miss this inner part, so... We're going to power blast this inner part right here. So I don't have to worry about that. Maya, I'm drinking water. Don't worry. I got this. I'm drinking water like a good person. No, you. Because if I drink water, I glitch the heck out. Plus, we have something to read. So Gary goes on. Of course, I'm expecting him to say something interesting about atmospherics, like how the volcano is affecting our local weather system. He says, yeah, you notice that we're getting more clouds than normal. I nod again and say, go on, Gary. Great, I'll hear more about this story like in 5 years. If you're allergic to being healthy, then I'm allergic to being healthy. And on that note, let me take a sip. Very valid. See, my arguments are always valid. I just have to back it up with, me being argumentative that healthy is good. Let me take a sip. I took a sip. Did you take a sip? Why am I talking like this? Sound like Mike Tyson. Fanboy Mike Tyson. That's a thought. I haven't the slightest clue how they expect me to get this whole ladder clean. With the fact that, like, I have to get each and every individual step, but I guess it's our job to figure out, not theirs. Oh, so this is broken up into fourths. Okay. I thought it was thirds for a second. Gotta mind the ramp. Be careful not to fall down it. Or if I do, then I go down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. But if I then it'll take me down. Or whatever they say in that song. It's like the song Chop Suey by System of a Down. A lot of people know the part where he says, "Wake up." But then he says, like, the next few words so fast that everyone just kind of, like, mutters it when they try to re-sing it. Really not a big fan of this rust. But it's there, we gotta get rid of it. At least there's not a lot of it. And then there's the ladder. However, am I gonna climb each and every individual rung on the ladder? You know what? That's a problem for when I actually get around to it. Literally looks like I'm nodding. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Uh. Rapping out to the funk. Or funkin' out to the rap. Speaking of chat, tell me your favorite genre of music. And which one, if it came on, would you immediately turn off the radio and sit in silence? I'm curious what we get. Because I feel like for me, it would be alternative rock or new metal. And if I heard country on the radio, I probably would just turn it off. I think I've said it before, though. There are exceptions if I think that song is either mixed with a genre that I like, or if I think it's, like, ironic. Cool. How to figure this ladder out? Well, that worked. You just gotta poke and prod at it a little bit and figure out where it's dirty and just chip away at it. Kind of like my dentist at a routine dental examination. Does anyone else hate it when the dentist like goes to floss your teeth and they use like barbed wire to go in between your teeth and then you're bleeding all over the place? Because that totally doesn't happen to me, I swear. Look, got that letter done. Couldn't move the mouse around because I was taking a sip of water. Ring around the elevation assembly base, pocket full of power washers. Soap suds, soap suds. We all scrub down. Is this like a giant bolt or something? Oh, hi, I fell. I feel like this is a giant ball bearing and it's supposed to allow the satellite dish to swivel. That's totally the way that it's meant to be done. I know I have that, but we don't need it as I keep falling. Totally not. We can just hop up and down like a bunny rabbit. If nothing else, it's thematic. Not gonna lie, getting that over might be good for the top. Because I'm not sure how I'm supposed to hit the top of this. Apparently it's called an elevation drive. I don't know what's driving it. I don't see a steering wheel. Oh, this is starting to get a little annoying. Put this right... Yeah. Huh. This is almost the same height as that. But now I have to use a super long extension to get everything. Pretty sure this is meant to assist with getting up here. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. The trim has its own cleanliness bar. Well, at least that was quick. I thought that would take longer, honestly. It's weird. It's like I'm jumping in place and then I get pushed back by something. Might be the terrain. Funnier to think if it's the wind, though. Now go squawk yourself. Okay, so you can't jump if you're carrying the scaffolding. I guess that's my limit on the superpower. Also, I guess we never got this, wall cleared off. I I will need to attend to that at some point. I think I just realized what they want me to do. And I feel like an idiot. They want me to use the ladder to get the top areas. Well, to an extent. I feel like you can't get all the top areas with the ladder. Okay, so that counts for the trim. So the mount's the only one that's sturdy at this point, besides the obvious dish, like the whole underside. As I fall. Yay! Okay, okay. Before we get to the top, I want to get the underside. So we don't have to deal with that later. Gary goes on. Naturally, I'm still expecting him to bring it back to rushless and weather systems. He says, and of course, the river's dried up and all the cats have gone missing. Wow, I think this is interesting. I've heard of deer going inland before a thunderstorm. Maybe cats are sensitive to the weather too. I say go on, Gary, a third time. Let me guess, he goes silent. Yeah. Called it. Oh, I think the edges also count. Gosh darn it. Oh, that was easier than I thought. Okay. Okay. That looks good. Let's go ahead and get this edge first. So it's not a factor later. Just like that. If I could stop accidentally clicking the mouse button, that'd be great. Alley-oop. I missed a jump. Okay, apparently I just managed to taste the solar panel radar thing. I love how this is an option. might be able to get this small one from here. Hey, yeah, I think I can actually get this area from here. Cool. That is the 360 no scope off the top of a tower version of a trick shot for this game. Jumping off to get that extra space so you can shoo a little bit of dirt. I guess the trim here is a thing we need to clean up that I neglected. Just to be clear, I have no idea what this technique is, but it's working. I think I might call it the python, because I feel like a snake doing this. The snake fell. Wait, railing pole, railing pole, railing. Oh, is this all one unit? Like all of it? I am the cleanly snake. I will hunt down the dirty poles and hiss at them with water. Okay, snake, job done. Think I might clear some of the trims here, get these two last panels, and then call it, because I am very quickly getting tired. Yeah, we got in a lot of progress. We're gonna be obnoxious about it, though, and intentionally leave these two panels a little dirty until we can get a better angle at them. Which is a problem that we are taking care of now. Also, let's get this Elden Ring here cleared. As I fall. I literally cannot reach that. But we can scooch this back a little bit and I can try to get the edges of the outer part of this panel. Yay! I feel like a lot of these underside trims we're gonna have to get like once the rest of the panels are cleared. Because they're unusually difficult to reach. I'm gonna climb to the top and we'll see if we spawn here next week. I was almost prepared to power wash those off. Because I thought it was graffiti. This game is poisoning my head. In a good way. I like it. Well, we're gonna take a break here, and I will see you all next week for finishing this satellite, and then we're gonna go to a power station of some sort. Yay. Join me for Sunday for ReFantasia. It'll be fun. It's more grinding in a dungeon. Okay, I'll see you all later. Gonna go rest my eyes and drink some water. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.